Hello, I am Yunis Ibrahimov from the Computer Engineering Department, third class. Today I want to present my workplace education project and as you can see, I did my project according to the 10 best-selling video games and I finished my project. So today I want to present my project and I want to explain how I already did this. So as we can see, I had 8 tasks to do this project, and in the first beginning it explained like video games are big businesses and it costs more than 300 billion by 2027, and some extra examples or some extra informations about this. In the first one, it asked me it gave me two tables, and it asked me to write a code and to write a code about the game sales and games sold about this. So I used the SQL injection one, and here you can see I use select and from the game sales here, and order by game sold. So in the output it shows me uh, I had 10 games, and who is their developer, for example like Nintendo, Valve Corporation or PUBG Corporation, and some other examples. And in the platform we can see it's PC or VI, or it's some others. And also it shows us, for example the years, 2006, 2020, 12, pardon, 2008, and some other examples. Don't mention this. It's it's for I am projecting I am projecting my like my work from the each HTML. That's why it shows it's from the data, it's not mine. In the second task, it's the it says the best-selling video games released between these times, and that's a quite range. And it says that we have to use the data which shows reviews to gain more insight on best use for video games. Firstly, it says it's important to explore the limitations and some other things. Not any reviews. Uh, like in the previous one, we have game sales table, and it wants me to use this. So I used this skill injection again. Like I selected the count from G games, like from the game sales, from the game sales table, I get G, and left join reviews are R, and I showed on the G game equals to R game, and it says where the critic score is null and user score is null, it will give me output. So it says there is one row affected and the output is 31. The count of this is 31. As I said, it's from the data camp, it's not mine. We're going to the next question. In the short task it says we have a game sales table again. Don't have any reviews data, and that's a small enough percentage, and some extra says a way to measure the best friends for video games. Let's start with what the critics thinks. It asked me so in the answer I used the in all questions I used the SQL injection, so I'm not going to mention again. I used the G year select. I mentioned the G in the previous one. I will round the average for the critic store, and as the average here, average critic store from the game sales G as the previous one. Inner join reviews are these all the same for which that is the previous one. Group by G year, and I added the order by average critic store task, and I limited with 10 10 rows. As you can see, 10 rows affected. In the output it's given this table years and average critic score. It's their critic scores, did people like this or not. It's Platicums. And the next task, it asks, was 1982 really that great? Okay, it's 900. It says we have a range from 1982 to 2020 and golden age of video games and some other things. And it asks me, let's update our query to find out whether 1982 really was such a great year for video games. So I did the same as previous. I mentioned the G year, G game as number of games from like a critic score and as every critic score. From game sales, I like did the as the previous ones. G, I added R, I added G game and equals to R game. Group by G year. I just added having count G game like more and bigger than 4. And I had like 10 rows again. I limited with 10 rows. I have 10 years, number of games like 10 number of games and average critic score I have here, as you can see. And we are going to the next question, next task. Here it says it's time to brush off your set theory skills. To get started, we have to create a table with the results of previous 2 queries. Top critic years, we have year, integer, it's type of integer, and we have average critic score, it's type of float. And we have top critic years more than 4 games. Again, we have year, number of games, and average critic score, integer, and float. In this one, I did select here average critic score, just float, and from top critic years, like from here, from the first table, except select here average critic score from top, like from here, ordered by average critic score desk. And we have 6 rows here, and like we get these 6 years from according to these like 2 tables with this code, with this SQL injection. So we got here like 6 years, like, and we can see their average critic score. In the next question, in next task, it says that let's move on to, I'm not reading this part, let's move on to looking at players to begin. Let's very similar to one use user score average by rather than critic score averages. So in this SQL injection, I use this one, PostgreSQL games. Then I have to select year, average user score, and number of games for each year with more than 4 reviewed games. As you can see in the codes, like G year, count G as number of games from game sales, inner join reviews on G game equals F game. From G year, count must be higher than 4 years and order by average user score. And I limit this with 10 years, limit top 10 results. So as you can see, 10 rows affected. We have like here number of games this year provided and average user score. As you can see, we have output which is asked. In the next part, in the next question, it says we have top critic here's more than 4 games. Like we have 2 tables again, and we have I did select the year results that appear on both tables using the intersect operator. As you can see here, for like the only thing which is different, intersect, and I use the intersect operator here for like using these 2 tables. And I have 3 rows affected: year 1998, 2008, and 2002. And in the last part, I have sales in the base video games here. These times we haven't seen save the result from the previous task. It says I don't have any like tables or something. I have to use my own. I did like select year and sum of games which are sold according to total games sold, order result by total games sold descending, and filter game sales based on whether each year is in the list percent in the previous task. As you can see, I used here like a scale injection. I selected like G year, sum of the games sold. I mentioned as total games sold from games G, where G in year is like select here from top critic, like this table, intersect. I use as previous one from top users group by G year, and I have 3 rows affected. Again, 2008, 1998, 2008. It's total games sold is this amount and this amount. Thank you for watching my video. I think I finished my project. Thank you.